Tonight, the New York Post is reporting that alleged victims of Diddy have been talking a lot. And we're hearing a lot of people in Diddy's orbit, names you know.
If I knew things were going to come after this, I knew that there were going to be other people that were going to follow in line, or people that he had past relationships with.
Then Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to like we could just hang out.
So it looks like Diddy is getting caught up in more and more trouble. This lawsuit is turning into a real headache for him, with new shocking details dropping every day. Now another person, Lil Rodney, who's supposedly another victim, has filed a lawsuit. And guess what? It involves 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend. Things are heating up, and word has it that 50 Cent is gearing up to have a serious talk with Diddy because he's worried about his...
Well, in a stunning turn of events, Diddy has really stirred the pot with 50 Cent by allegedly involving 50's ex, Daphne Joy, in some seriously shady business. The buzz is all about a lawsuit claiming Diddy paid Daphne to partake in compromising activities, all part of what seemed like a vendetta against 50 Cent. If true, this drama isn't just a feud anymore. It's a full-blown scandal that has everyone talking about the lengths to which Diddy might go in his rivalry with 50 Cent. It's the kind of plot twist you'd expect in a movie, not in real life.
They could hug you from in the back at the same time.
It all began when a lawsuit was filed against Sean Diddy Combs by a male music producer claiming SA, and now it is bringing more attention to the allegations against the troubled music mogul and his ties to a former girlfriend of another rapper.
First up, let's talk about the heart of the matter, a lawsuit that's as dramatic as they come. Diddy, known for his empire in music and fashion, has been slapped with allegations that could seriously tarnish his Mr. Clean image. A producer, let's call him Lil Rod for simplicity, has filed a bombshell lawsuit against Diddy. Now, hold on to your hats. The lawsuit alleges that Diddy used hidden cameras to secretly record celebrities and influential people in compromising situations. If that sounds like something out of a spy movie, you're not alone in thinking that.
One of those situations where, they have us like, they'll still go back to the baby mother and hang out with the baby mother and stuff like that. Nah, that's, and that was not like a relationship then anyway. It was more like,
Now let me first give you some context on 50 Cent's long-standing feud with Diddy, because this has been going on for almost 2 decades. So apparently this all started in the early 2000s during that very messy feud between 50's G-Unit camp and former record executive and convinced criminal James Rosemond, better known as Jimmy Henchman. The feud got pretty intense, and according to Tony Yayo, Jimmy even orchestrated a murder plot on 50 and tried to take him out while 50 Cent was filming the music video for his 2007 single, I'll Still Kill, with Akon. But someone was looking over 50 that day because Yayo said the jammed and Henchman and his crew backed out on the hit.
Henchman and them were supposed to come through, and I guess they jammed, but we had God on that side, and they backed out on the hit, but we had straps too. And that really was really it.
Now fast forward to 2014, and Jimmy Henchman was sentenced to life in prison, plus 30 years for ordering the murder of G-Unit associate Lowell Fletcher. As for Diddy's alleged involvement in all this, well, he and Henchman go way back. And word on the street is that they orchestrated that first of Tupac in 1994 at Quad Recording Studio. Pac even rapped about it on Against All Odds, where he says Puffy getting bribed like a bee to hide the fact that he did some ish he shouldn't have did. Basically, it was rumored that Jimmy Henchman was extorting Diddy. So of course, Diddy sided with Henchman when he was beefing with G-Unit. And from then on, 50 never really stopped throwing shots at Diddy. 50 and other G-Unit members also hinted more than once that Diddy may have been involved in the both Tupac and Biggie. On the track Hip Hop from his mixtape Hip Hop Is Dead, G-Unit Radio Part 22, 50 raps, who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get him, they gon' kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that man. Man, he soft. He scared them boys from the west side will break him off. Dump on it. So he run to Harlem, shake him off. And then later on in the track, 50 adds, I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons. Now, speaking of Diddy's parties, He apparently tried to lure 50 Cent to hang out with him. And 50 talked about this many times over the years, claiming that Diddy offered to take him shopping.
Then Puff was like, yeah, like first he was amping him to get style. Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it.
This is
Puff.
Okay.
He telling me we gotta kick it. He's like, yo, why don't we like go shopping? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, I got the from him because I was like, this nigga, like, wait, this nigga just tell me he take me shopping. And it goes on. But there's a little fruit, Puppy's a fruit pile.
Now, this story has turned into a meme, and people often use it to make gay jokes about Diddy. But there's actually a more sinister side to this. See, there's now a growing speculation that Diddy has been running some sort of Jeffrey Epstein-like blackmail ring in the hip-hop industry. And allegedly, when Diddy offered to take 50 shopping, he wasn't doing it because he was attracted to him or anything like that. Instead, rumor has it that he tried to get 50 to come to one of his parties so he could secretly film him with women who were not of age and then use those recordings to blackmail him. Word on the street is that Diddy has a ton of tapes with rappers, Hollywood celebs, CEOs, and even politicians in compromising positions. And that's why for years, no one has dared to say anything negative about Diddy. Lil Rod actually claimed in his lawsuit that Diddy had cameras hidden all over his mansions and even on his yacht and private jet. The lawsuit states, while living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his home. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of defendants Lucien Charles Grange, Ethiopia Haptemariam, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, as in the case with the homosexual S-tape of Stevie J that Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones. Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Damn! Anyway, since Diddy couldn't lure 50 Cent to one of his house parties, he decided to go after women 50 dates, eventually zeroing in on the mother of 50's son sire, Daphne Joy. 50 and Daphne dated briefly between 2011 and 2012. And on September 1st, 2012, Daphne gave birth to Sire. Now, 50 always claimed he and Daphne were not serious. In fact, he said it was more of an arrangement than a relationship. But 50 still felt some type of way when Daphne sparked romance rumors with none other than Diddy. Diddy and Daphne were first linked in early 2021 when Diddy was still officially dating Young Miami. After photos surfaced of Daphne strolling with Diddy outside his Miami mansion, 50 hopped on IG to say, "Oh that's your mommy over there with Puffy. LOL, remember what I told you the other day? These be crazy, SMH." But Daphne then clapped back at 50 and replied to his comment saying, "Please stop doing this to me. I never bother you, and I am an outstanding mother to our son. Can we please just focus on that, please?" But see, it was hard to not focus on Daphne's relationship with Diddy because she was the one constantly flaunting it on social media, like sharing videos from the VIP section at his shows and posting sneaky pics of Diddy at his house. For Diddy's 53rd birthday on November 5th, 2022, Daphne posted this photo of her chilling with Diddy at his mansion and wrote, "Happy birthday to my favorite person." Now, I know you're thinking, how can Diddy be anyone's favorite person? Well, it turns out Diddy was paying Daphne to say stuff like this. According to Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy, the reason Daphne was hanging out with Diddy back when he was officially dating Carisha is because both of them were being paid to be Diddy's freak-off partner. The lawsuit states that Diddy's accountant, Robin Greenhill, would ensure the wiring, funds transfer, or cash payments to S-workers, while Frankie Santella, Moy Vaughn, Brendan Paul, and Christina Karam would also be responsible for ensuring payment to S-workers in cash. Lil Rod then goes on to say that Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were paid a monthly fee to work as Mr. Combs' S-worker and received payment via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, which outlined defendants' ongoing criminal operation. Later on in the lawsuit, Lil Rod refers to Young Miami, Daphne Joy, Stevie J, and Jade as freak-off participants. Now, I don't think this is the main reason 50 has been trolling Diddy, because 50 started that long before Daphne Joy came into the picture. Plus, 50 seemed more offended by Diddy asking to take him shopping than seeing Daphne hanging out with Diddy. Either way, the whole thing is disgusting, and we need to focus on real victims. Not women like Young Miami and Daphne who willingly participated in Diddy's depravities for a bag. But if they did something illegal and covered up Diddy's crimes, well, then I hope they get what's coming to them.
According to documents obtained by Fox News Digital, Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr., a producer on Combs' recent album, the Love album, Off the Grid, alleges that the Bad Boy Records founder boasted about financially supporting several women.
I mean, billionaire, all the hits, he's mentoring everybody in the business. But there's some sinister things happening under the surface, according to this lawsuit.
According to Fox News, one of the women mentioned in the suit is Daphne Joy Cervantes Narvaez. Jones claims that these women, including Joy, were receiving a monthly payment to engage in S activities with Mr. Combs. Interestingly, Diddy follows Joy on Instagram, and there have been photos of them together in Miami Beach in 2021.
In his lawsuit filing, he claimed that Daphne Joy and Young Miami were being paid a month allowance to be Diddy workers.
However, according to reports, Daphne has vehemently denied these allegations. I'm really hurt by the false accusations in Rodney Jones' lawsuit. Saying that I'm involved in S-work is completely untrue and damaging to my character, Joy stated in a post on Instagram. I'm getting a lawyer to look into all legal options against both Rodney and his lawyer. However, things turned sour the following year when the rapper faced domestic vandalism charges involving Joy. Allegedly, he was accused of kicking her and damaging her property. This incident led to 50 Cent pleading not guilty. Eventually, he was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 30 days of community service, and had to pay restitution and fines.
50 Cent is now being accused of by Daphne Joy. So Daphne accused him of all of that on Instagram.
Jones updated his lawsuit on March 25th after originally filing it in New York's federal court in February. Interestingly, this came shortly after Diddy settled a separate lawsuit with his ex-girlfriend Cassie, who accused him of R. When Jones initially filed the lawsuit, Combs' lawyer was quick to dismiss the claims, calling them pure fiction in a statement shared with Fox News Digital. Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines, attorney Sean Hawley said. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. In the midst of Diddy's legal troubles, 50 Cent, who hasn't been shy about criticizing the Bad Boy founder, seemed to address the allegations involving Joy. He took to Instagram saying, "I didn't know you was a S-worker, you little S-worker. LOL, yo, this S is a movie."
But here's where it gets even juicier. The lawsuit suggests that this whole espionage act wasn't just for kicks. It was part of a revenge plot against none other than 50 Cent. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy supposedly tried to drag 50 Cent into this mess by tempting him into these staged, compromising setups. When 50 didn't bite, Diddy allegedly didn't just back down. Instead, he redirected his focus to someone close to 50. His ex-girlfriend Daphne Joy, the mother of his child. According to the claims, Diddy paid her to join these shady setups. Well, here's another bombshell.
The producer behind Diddy's latest album, the Love album, Off the Grid, isn't holding back. He's hitting him with a whopping $30 million lawsuit. Lil Rod, aka Rodney Jones Jr., spilled all the details in a federal court complaint filed in New York. He's accusing Diddy of being overbearing and pushy, forcing him into sketchy situations with escorts and subjecting him to unwanted touching. According to Lil Rod, Diddy's world is a wild ride of money, power moves, and shady dealings. He's even suggesting there might be some messed up rituals going on, along with humiliation and being shortchanged over 50 grand for his work on the album, which dropped on September 15, 2023. It seems like Diddy just can't catch a break from these legal storms.
The new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of him and forcing him to have.
Jones isn't messing around with this lawsuit. It's a hefty 70 pages packed with some wild claims. Apparently, Combs was allegedly pressuring him into accepting some messed up relationship dynamic, which they claim is unfortunately common in the music industry. Represented by attorney Tyrone Blackburn, Jones is also dropping a bombshell about a RICO enterprise that allegedly turned a blind eye to Combs, failing to warn or supervise him. This supposed conspiracy involves heavy hitters in the music world, including Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, former Motown CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam, Diddy, his right-hand Christina Korum, and even Diddy's 30-year-old son Justin.
A lawyer for Combs called the events described in the lawsuit pure fiction. This is now one of several lawsuits filed against Combs in recent months.
During the year and change that Jones was collaborating with Combs on the Love album, things apparently took a wild turn. One time, he bumped into Cuba Gooding Jr., who's faced misconduct accusations before. Jones claims the Oscar winner got handsy, touching, groping, and fondling his legs, thighs, back, and shoulders. When asked about these serious allegations and the claims against Combs, attorney Sean Hawley didn't hold back, stating that Lil Rod is simply a liar looking for a big payday with his $30 million lawsuit. Hawley, a partner at Kinsella Hawley Iserkamp Steinsapier LLP, added, "His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." Justin Combs was even more unequivocal in his and his father's defense. A spokesperson stated to Deadline, "Justin Combs categorically denies these absurd allegations. They are all lies. This is a clear example of a desperate person taking desperate measures in hopes of a payday. There will be legal consequences for all defamatory statements made about the Combs family."
50 Cent, as you can imagine, isn't laughing this off. He's been all over social media, firing back with posts that oscillate between outrage and biting sarcasm, clearly upset over the involvement of his child's mother in these allegations. It's not just about personal beef anymore. It's about family, integrity, and the unsettling underbelly of celebrity culture. Now onto Diddy's defense. His legal team is shooting down these allegations faster than you can say bad boy. They're calling the lawsuit a desperate grab for cash, painting Lil Rod as a liar out to exploit the famous for a hefty payday. They're adamant that none of this is true and are ready to battle it out in court.
You know, City Girls up like a month.
Did you do that just to fuck with Diddy?
No. That was ahead of the thing with Daphne or whatever like that. But y'all, man, I ain't kissed in the mouth in 10 years. Man, somebody got to kiss him.
At this point, this is my cue to stay out these folks' business. This is Daphne. She is the baby mother of 50 Cent.
50 Cent has thrown a few insults your way recently. Called you a fruit boot biscuit, among other things. Have you talked to him about this, and why do you think he's throwing insults at you?
He loves me.
He loves you?
Loves me.
Y'all, there's a major detail we missed in Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy that shows how Diddy tried to take revenge on 50 Cent for exposing him by recruiting 50's baby mama Daphne Joy into those FO sessions. So you know how 50 Cent has had his petty foot on Diddy's neck for years now, never missing out on an opportunity to clown him in front of the world. Now, some people, like those who blindly worship any billionaire, they always claimed 50 was just jealous of Diddy's money and success. Well, turns out 50 was right all along. and he's been trying to sound the alarm about Diddy's depraved activities this whole time. And in revenge, Diddy did something truly diabolical, allegedly paying 50's ex, Daphne Joy, to take part in his freak-offs. This all came to light after producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed his explosive lawsuit against Diddy last month, going scorched earth and name-dropping like 1/3 of the entertainment industry. And among the people he named was Daphne Joy, who Lil Rod claims was paid a monthly fee to be Diddy's S-worker.
But let's not forget the bigger picture here. This lawsuit opens up a can of worms about the power dynamics in the entertainment industry. It's not just a story of he said, she said. It's a serious look at how influence and power can be abused in Hollywood's glittering nights and behind closed studio doors. It's prompting us to ask questions about the ethics and legality of how business is done in the limelight.
They told a story about Cassie one time, and she was saying someone had asked her why she cut her hair, and she was like, Diddy said he just liked it that way. And they said when she answered the question, it was like she was in a trance. Like she was just like, I just don't know. Diddy just said he would like my hair this way. They was like so in awe, like how she didn't even have a thought about it. It was just what he wanted.
That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. He does all kinds of fucking. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids.
The public reaction has been a mixed bag. Some fans are skeptical, thinking maybe it's all just a smear campaign or personal vendetta. Others feel this might be a turning point, a moment for the industry to clean house and set new standards for conduct and transparency. As we watch this saga unfold, remember that the implications go beyond Diddy and 50 Cent. They touch on issues of privacy, trust, and the responsibility of those at the top to not only entertain, but also respect the rights and dignity of others. Thanks for watching.